See these nuts? It's in good condition. Mine are fucking all bent, my handles. But what you've got there, you're going to have to loosen these off. Because at the moment, your blade is barely passing.
Yeah, you have to put it all the way down to actually.
Yeah, so you don't want that. I mean, that is not a problem, but I should have explained for this somewhere. Imperative that you have this. Well, I'll show you in a minute. We're going to do all the different demos. Because basically, I can tell you exactly how to treat your guillotine, what you've got to do with it by sound. Never need to look at it. I'll tell everything by sound. Right. So, your blade at the moment, I'm telling you that, is way high.
Okay, yeah.
See, these things are so fucking stiff, you're going to need something to, until you've used it a bit,
yeah.
you know, maybe a bit of grease. But what you've got there at the moment, your blade is slightly high this side, isn't it? You can see that just, but anyway, it's still high, so we're just going to show you what the cut's like and listen to it. Now, when it comes to the tiles, the lighter the colour, the harder the cut. The pigment in the dye, when they make the light ones, is so much harder, so the darker tiles are always softer.
Okay.
When the cut is like the wood planks here, it's much closer to here, so you don't need that much of a shear.
Yeah.
But if you have a blade like that, when it goes across, look at the effect it'll cut. It'll either go bang, or I've got really, you know what I mean? You're getting, it's got no sheer sort of thing like that at all to it. Even if we bring it down, we're going to have to bring them both right down lower anyway. You always want one side lower than the other. So I always put that one lower than another, but how I would set it is 2 tiles, one end, 3 the other sort of. Only to start off with. See, this will not apply. Oh, this is really stiff. This has never been fucking.
No.
Have you just been using it like this all the time for everything?
Pretty much, we haven't really had any
Oh,
issues.
Dad. See, fucking Paul knew about the shear on it. Well, because it's a big guillotine, you're only cutting wood planks or something, you ain't going to have the problem. It's when you start having more surface space to do it. So, but these, on my one, they're fucking wound right down. But
Do you use it a lot?
Sorry?
Do you use it a lot?
Yeah, to sort of play around, but also like in herringbone where I can
Do a load of cuts and it's well aimed for that, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
so,
Because when you've got no skirtings on and that, you just like fucking do the old run, didn't you?
he's an expert on that. Him and his dad have never fucking touched guillotines for years, I swear to God. They're like fucking vintage people. I even done custom work with his dad before and his old man cut him down by a fucking hand.
Well, I'm also like, you know, where you're doing all that repetitive cutting, like, you know, the guy that trained me, his hands are now
Fuck.
yeah.
And I ain't got one, you got to do it all by hand. It's a fucking pain in the arse, mate.
Right, listen to it, it's gonna bang. See that bang?
Yeah.
That bang is caused from too much of the face of the blade hitting the tile at once.
Yeah.
So say if when you've got the narrow cuts, you can bring it down. Oh, you really are gonna have to loosen these off, but you can bring it down further because it's only a small bit of the blade there. You're not gonna get that much of it off. So if you're doing multiple ones on a wood plank, you can bring this side down. So when you are, say if you're doing your 9 or any kind of any of these little silly ones, you want to put it down just above the blade, because if you're cutting multiple ones, even like that, you don't want the blade going further, really much further than that. But if you see this one, Dom, now I'm bringing that down to the top, so if I'm running a load of cuts off, you know, I'm going to fire that through, so I will tweak that until I hear it. But if I had to do a long face of the cut, well, you're doing that on the blade.
Yeah.
As soon as I hear that, now, if I hear that, I'll do the same cut. I'm going to tweak her down, usually quarter turn or so. Put some grease on there, I think. And then this one, I can either just do a quarter turn up. But how I would do it, I'll keep the thing in there and I would just keep cutting the plank. I just feel it, I'm going to lower, bring up this side. And forward to come down, lower that side, you know, just what you're doing is creating that scissor action until when you put her in there, still too much, you wait till a second in a minute, it's just going to nice. So that one goes down. But this would be like a big old light tile on that. You really want a good shear on it. So even more than that, I reckon. If I get mine out, honestly, you wouldn't believe how easy I can tweak mine. But it all be do the same. So you're not having that pressure on it. See, it's getting better.
Yeah.
And then you would have, each one will be different.
Can you not?
There she goes. Now.
Can you do that? The other?
Yeah, your one, yeah.
No, not the guns out. You know the one.
The wrong one, no, that's
can you
what I
not do
think.
the blades?
No, their blade is constantly flat across. It
Yeah.
doesn't pass through, so you can sharpen it with a honing stone if you want. Rub it on the front.
Alright.
But you can't do it that, otherwise you create a gap there. But without no shear, that's why they've got the middle arm and a fucking extension bar on it for LVT. You must be having a laugh. You hear them come over and you bang!
Yeah.
Bang! I mean, it'll cut it, give it that lot, but that pressure.
Yeah.
Squashes it, doesn't it?
I've snapped 2 guillotine bolts on that one trying to cut polycarbonate. So, but now I've got no pressure, so when I'm doing my jigs or whatever I've got, for this one, I could even go high, because you just don't want that pressure. That bulge, you'll either push it back
And then you've got, you haven't got
or span. You've got to be able to tweak it so you don't have any of these pressures whatsoever, and then you can just bring that down. So now, you know, you're going to get your nice clean cut.
Right.
So you can utilise that whole blade, but if you're going to be going back down and you're going to be striking down any kind of wood plank in that, some 6-inch. If I was running a wood plank on that, I've got to bring the arm all the way down to here now.
Yeah, you got some flow, you know.
You know what I mean? It's always going to pull over. So now that's shorter, I'm just going to bang her down.
Most of the planks.
I won't do any more of this. But you've got to see, once you, all you have got to understand is the theory of that bay covering. Make the sense of the shear.
Yeah.
And every one you tweak or cut down will be different. See, if we're going to be, the way I do it when I'm cutting down to knit back, I don't want to be fucking bringing that thing all the way over. See, on mine, I'll just do it so it's there. So I've run multiple cuts over, you know. I'm not going, because then it's not practical.
You're going to do your backing as well, doing that.
Well, it's just fucking not fun, and it's just basically no point in doing it. The shear's no good. I've seen them on the wrong thing, come over to the guillotine, and it's there, you know. If it goes there, see all that bulge,
Yeah.
and listen,
Pressure, you go,
even each noise will be different, so you tweak it. But if you get, you keep tweaking that one now until you wanted to do that cut, you can bring the other one up. But never have the blade flat across it. You know, the harder the tile, you want that. Imagine it like laminate or wood, that's why they'll do that chopping action on it. But if you've done the same cut, white, she's going to fight. Everything like that, if you're hearing a bang, you don't want a bang.
yeah, it's got to be nice and soft.
So you're not, and then when you're set up, you'll have, if I'm doing multiple ones, I'll have a jig set at the back to check it. But the only thing we're doing as a rule now, especially because if he lets me do it on jobs without seeing the sense of it, if you're coming up with any herringbone, imagine if you've only got that, and you've got that tiny little cut there, so literally I would just set my plank so you've always got the triangle in it, and I could do a whole row, I can take whatever inches off. You would not see that row when it goes against the wall, but the rule we come up with on the job that Dan just done, because obviously Ricky didn't want us playing around with it, we only took a tiny bit off the end of them, enough, wasn't it?
Cuts, isn't it?
So enough to fit the hollyboard in, but then when we had that, so this is things, we'd have it 6 inches, you'd get a plank, you cut one at 6, you'd fire it in from the bottom, not the top, so you got factory edge, and then so you've got 3 tiles of the factory edge, they go into your herringbone board, cut that, waste comes out, turns round, so that works on every single herringbone doing. So if you get to the end with a corner, just do it. If you've got this nipping back, I'll guarantee you, your customer will never know. You get a nice neat finish, and it takes less of time, less waste, and it's literally, I'll be able to take silly amounts off without telling you. But, you know, some people are worried about it, but with your gunning Get some grease in these and they will start. They haven't been played with. You've had that bolted like that for ages. But other than that, that is the whole idea of the shear. So you then can be able to do it.
Yeah.
But if you if that one sunk in your head now, because
Yeah.
I want to move fast.
Yeah, no, so if it's putting more
Shear.
pressure and shear.
Just remember
then-
shear and scissors.
Yeah, and then just keep adjusting
Makes sense,
until
don't it?
eventually
Cutting
it
it
stops.
and then not
Lower that into that end. So the longer the cut.
Yeah.
What's the point? This is why they changed the. They've got a fucking 20-something inch blade with like a fucking 16-inch or something drop. What's the point in having that much drop if you can't use the blade? You can't even cut a 24-inch tile. See, on this you'll get a 24-inch tile thing, but most of them are full. If you're cutting down the pattern, you want to at least cut 1/2 plank. So you can set a jig at the back, and that'll give you your 24 inches. First cut on a 44-inch plank, which would be the most you need.
Yeah.
You've already done that one with the where you've done the cuts for your V, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you're getting used to that. You've just got to get this to use on the back of the tiles. Say if I'm cutting down a job, no matter what it is, if I want to break these down, I use the tiles, everything as fucking jigs. So if I want to cut 9 inches,
Yeah.
I'm just getting 2 4.5s. I'm putting them in now. I'll get another tile, knob cut or something of a tile or anything like that, and I'll have my tape on the back of it. See, once we cut your perspex top, this tape, it just goes on and off, but it's fucking such a strong tape. But if I wanted 9 inches, I want to use 2 4.5s from Manteca and that lot, because you'll find that that will work.
Yeah.
So if I've got that
Alright,
set, sorry, Dan, yeah, go on. If I've got that set, see on my ones, I've got a solid bridge at the back, and I work all my jigs out lower. But this is dead on factory 9.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing that, so anything I'm cutting down, if I'm doing a pattern with a herringbone, you see, with a herringbone there as well, how I set all of these in there is just one cut, isn't it?
Yeah.
1, 2 and 3. So if you turn one round, you've got all your 2s. You've only got to clean the back and you've got your 1s, in you. So that side of the pattern's going.
Yeah.
But with herringbone, I can fucking